It's been nearly 20 years since we left Orange County for Arizona, and nearly 10 since I've been in this building. But yet, standing here still feels very much like being at home. And that isn't surprising because for a decade and a half, this congregation and eventually this building were in very many ways our home, the center of our family life and activity. And for most of that time, you, Elie, were the heart and soul of this institution. It is nearly incomprehensible that 33 years have passed and that you are soon joining the ranks of the retired. I remember the beginning as if it were yesterday, a story about that beginning. You were here for your audition weekend, and the Hurwitzes held a lovely Shabbat dinner for you and the search committee. After dinner, you asked if we would mind if you benched. Someone at the table said, "We'll all bench," and together we recited Birkat Hamazon. At the conclusion, you said, "That was really very impressive. Where did you all learn how to bench?" There were mumblings around the table about Camp Ramon, USY, and you responded that you weren't in USY and had not gone to Camp Ramah, leading one member of our committee to say, "Really? Where'd you learn about sex?" I remember thinking at the time, we impressed the rabbi with our benching, and it takes less than a minute for us to mess it up. Fortunately, we didn't mess it up, and shortly thereafter, you became our rabbi. Independently, both of our boys, when they heard I would be making these remarks, reminded me to say something about your support, your unflinching support for USY and for our youth generally. That support was special, not just for them, but for Barbara and me as well, as we both had the opportunity to serve as youth vice president during your tenure. That support alone endeared you to all of us. I had the honor to be your second president. It was a time when you were defining your rabbinate and settling into your role and solidifying your relationship with and leadership of the congregation. We met regularly, and our meetings were sometimes tense, often humorous, but always focused on what was best for the congregation. And that was what mattered more than anything. So at the end of the day, what do we say to someone who has been preacher and teacher, counselor and consoler, spiritual and moral leader, mentor and friend for all this time? At first blush, the traditional well wishes, Mazel Tov, Yasher Koach, Kol HaKavod, seem trite. But on reflection, they're not, because luck, strength, and honor are all things you brought to Bnei Israel for all those years, and that's a pretty good legacy for anyone. I don't know what adventures await you from this point forward, but I can tell you 6 years in that retirement is a great gig. So from all the Helfgots, our heartfelt thanks and our very best wishes to you and Linda on whatever your next great adventure may be.
A few words of thank you to Steve. Steve is a college administrator who moved from Orange County to be a leader in higher education in Arizona, and it was a loss to our community. Steve, his wife Barbara, their sons Jeremy and Adam were spirited. They had a love of conservative Judaism that was somewhat important for me to learn, because like they said, USY was not something I was part of growing up, having grown up a half-hour drive from my synagogue in Arizona. And the Helfgots were people who grew up within the conservative movement. Their son Jeremy was the founder of CBI USY, and they were connected to leaders around the country from their youth. More than that, they were just and are wonderful people, like all of our presidents, exemplars of who we are as a community. Thank you, Steve.